School Chemist, and today we're going to look at a problem where we're asked to find the grams of products given grams of reactants. So we are asked to find in this particular problem how many grams of water and carbon dioxide will be produced if we burn 25 grams of gasoline. So in this particular problem, we're going to use dimensional analysis to solve it. So we're going to write that we have 25 grams of gasoline, which is C6H14. And the next step is going to be to go from grams of gasoline to moles of gasoline. Well, 1 mole of C6H14, if you add it up on the periodic table, is equal to 140.2 grams. And now we're solving for CO2 first. So now we're going to convert from moles of gasoline to moles of CO2. Well, we get from our balanced chemical equation that for every 2 moles of gasoline, we are producing 12 moles of CO2. So we want moles of gasoline to cancel out. So we're going to put 2 moles of gasoline on the bottom for every 12 moles of CO2. And now we just are going to multiply it by the molar mass of CO2. So 1 mole of CO2 is equal to 44 grams of CO2. And we would get that mass by adding 12 for the molar mass of carbon and 2 times 16. That gives us 44 grams. Now, if we look at this, we're going to see that grams of gasoline is going to cancel, and then we're going to be left with moles of gas. Moles of gas is going to cancel, and we're left with moles of CO2. Now, moles of CO2 are going to cancel, and we're going to be left with grams of CO2. Now, when we multiply this through, we're going to find that we have 47.08 grams of CO2. The next part of the problem is asking us to find the grams of water produced from the same reaction. So we're going to follow the same steps as we did before. So we start with 25 grams of gas, and we're going to divide that or multiply by the reciprocal of the molar mass. So 1 mole of gas is equal to 140.2 grams. And now this time we're converting from moles of gas to moles of water. So from our balanced chemical equation, we see that for every 2 moles of gas, we produce 14 moles of water. So therefore we're going to put 2 moles of gas on the bottom, 14 moles of water on the top. And now 1 mole of water is equal to 18.02 grams of water. Now if we look, we'll see that once again grams of gas are going to cancel. We're going to be left with moles of gas. Moles of gas will cancel. We're left with moles of water. Now I want to make the final step from moles of water to grams of water. We just simply multiply by the molar mass, and what we're going to find is this is going to be equal to 22.5 grams of water. And that is how we are able to solve for grams of products given grams of reactants in a balanced chemical equation.